Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Please, I beg you for this favor, click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. I appreciate each and every one of you who always come back to watch my videos. Like you know, I present news on daily basis to you. So after watching the video, you are free to criticize and leave your comment constructively. Share the video. Yeah, you can share it to your family, friends, anybody that you can, so that they themselves will be informed. Now I present to you another interesting or informative video which we are going to watch together. Yeah, I'm going to watch this video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section.
A country that is endowed, the human and capital. A country that's very rich. Literally, we are now turned into beggars.
What do you mean by beggars?
Beggars. I mean, look, our governors are giving you palliatives, rice, a cup of rice like they give in Sudan or Afghanistan or
This country at the moment.
Yeah, not good. Very worrying, very concerning. I mean, for any right-thinking Nigeria. We are at a stage, a country that is endowed, the human and capital. A country that's very rich. Literally, we are now turned into beggars.
What do you mean by beggars?
Beggars. I mean, look, our governors are giving you palliatives, rice, a cup of rice like they give in Sudan or Afghanistan or northern Gaza. In a country like Nigeria,
I think it's that terrible in the country at the moment.
No, they are. I mean, this is the way our politicians have made it. Nigeria is a very rich country. We have no reason whatsoever to be poor. We have no reason to be hungry. We have no reason for our children not to be educated. We have no reason for our schools and hospitals to be the way they were. Leaders of our time invested in us. And from the village secondary schools and primary schools we went into the world and competed favorably in some of the best centers in the world. And now our leaders, with all this money, they are not able to do that. We are at a stage where, look, I just came back from Katsina. Each time I come back from home, I want to weep. Our people are hungry. No food to eat. Men have abandoned their families and left a mother with kids.
Prof, do you imagine, can you summarize for us and tell us briefly how we got here? Because we didn't get here yesterday or a year ago or 9 months ago. We got here somehow, and what the Nigeria you are describing looks to me a Nigeria in a bleak environment in terms of basic amenities for its own citizen.
Yeah, leaders of our time, like I said, I mean, they were better custodians of that which they were entrusted with. The primary problems of all we're going through are two things: corruption and bad governance. End of story. Say no more. Say no more. Corruption and bad governance. And we've seen that. We are literally sitting down watching for the past 25 years how this country has been decaying. All this insecurity you see, all this hunger you see in the land, leave it at corruption and bad governance. See where we are today. Our president, on the day he was inaugurated, without even having his team ready, without consulting anybody, without looking at the balance sheet of the country, without knowing what the problems are, just pushed up and took off subsidy without having a plan to mitigate all these problems. And this is why we're seeing that.
Those who said it was a perfect decision for the time. But maybe from what you're saying that he didn't look at the books, what should he have done differently?
Look, I'm a doctor. You don't write a prescription to a patient without listening to the patient and examining the patient. And I've said it in several fora. All those things you see, what it indicated was that the president, you didn't have your team, you didn't have your ministers. Then who was advising you to do this?
Do you think it was a knee-jerk approach?
Knee-jerk, impulsive. And the president was clearly being advised by shadowy people I call armchair theoretical economists that know nothing about the realities of the lives of our people. And this is clearly, we all know it is an IMF prescription. You get a prescription virtually and keep taking it, and it's killing your people. You're not going to revise that prescription. This is an IMF prescription. IMF and World Bank, they've been pushing Nigeria, pressurizing Nigeria to do this. And all of a sudden we have a president who say, yeah, give me that prescription, and give it to all our people. We are seeing it. I don't know, the ministers are not seeing it. The senators and members of the National Assembly are not seeing the sufferings of our people to go and tell the president, because the president clearly and his team do not have connection with the daily realities of our people.
But the president has come out several times to say, look, it's going to be the angst and the kind of pain that a mother feels in childbearing, in the labor room, a kind of a labor room pain, but at the end of the day, it will bring joy. You don't think that the president means well for this country when he says, look, the pain is going to be momentary, but at the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
No. Labor, has he ever gone through labor? I'm sorry, it's just a joke. Look, we are putting people, Nigerians, 200 Nigerians into difficulty, and yet the president and the members of National Assembly and all the governors are living it up, are partying and distributing dollars. The members of the National Assembly, their budget 2024 is 197 billion. That is more than all the 25 federal universities put together. They were given 75 billion to buy vehicles, 164 million each. The president gave 2 billion to each of the 36 states for palliatives. That's just 72 billion. And we now need to ask our governors that after this removal of subsidy, the excesses you're seeing, all the governors, all the 36 governors are getting, many are getting up to 50% more than they were getting before. Where is that money? Where is that money? There is allegation that money does not leave Abuja. It goes directly chasing dollars. And that is why the naira and the dollar, the disparity you're seeing. We do not see commensurate benefit to our people, that the governors are getting a lot more money. I remember the Senate president let the cat out of the bag and said on the floor of the Senate that each of the governors got 30 billion each.
He has since said that.
Oh yeah, he has since retracted. But all the 36 governors, only one denied it. Governor Makinde for your state, and said he did not receive 30 billion. Here, it is up to you guys to ask all the governors and find out how much did they get and what have they been doing with it. Largely, the problems we are going through in the villages, in the hinterlands, are the results of the governors. And the president, instead of using that excess money to do like a PTF, put the money in the pool where you do things for people. No, you gave it to the same governors that have been suffering for the past 25 years.
Let's look at a few things that could be done too, because we're looking at solutions now. If you were the president, Prof, what would you do in this instance and in this circumstance that we find ourselves?
Right. Now, and I honestly do not see what Martin Luther King calls the fierce urgency of now. There is an emergency. There is hunger in the land. We're talking about restructuring. There is hunger in the land. I said it again and again. We must feed our people. Feed them now. Hunger is a national security risk to any country. If we do not feed our people and do that now, all these things we're going to look at. We are busting trucks.
We have what it takes to feed our country.
What? From where?
That the local farmers can do it.
Also, we wait till next harvest season. People are dying now. People are dying in the hospital. We have seen spikes of admissions of children with malnutrition, kwashiorkor and marasmus. Many families, many patients, I know I have seen, have stopped taking their blood pressure or diabetes medicines because they cannot afford it. That's how much difficulty people are in. So when these Abuja guys keep talking about let's go to next year, fertilizer, they are out of touch with the realities of our people. People are suffering. There is hunger in the land. And I've said everything must stop. The state and the federal government must open the treasury and buy food and flood the market. That's the only way you can bring down the price. The other way is to bring down inflation. Inflation, our managers of the economy have lost control of this inflation. It's 30% now. You have to flood the market. You have to feed our people. We are going into fasting period. Millions of people in Nigeria, in this land of plenty, predominantly women and children, go to bed hungry with no certainty of having anything to eat when they wake up. And yet you come to Abuja, you see all these politicians living it up. What manner of leaders do we have?
You see the reaction, people looting. I mean, it's a sad story of how people react to some of this situation, and those who say perhaps it's people reacting to hunger. But I mean, I don't think criminality answers for how you react to your own pains and your sufferings. But I mean, what does this portend? Those who have warned about the looming danger from this kind of reaction from the Nigerian people, what do you make of that?
We've been screaming our voices, and looks like they're either minimizing it or they're in denial. Hunger is real. We are afraid the reaction of people, hungry people and angry people, is going to consume all of us. And the government needs to do something, and do that fast. And all these criminalizing people that bust warehouses or do this will not do it. If there is enough food in the land, it's not that there is not enough food in the market. There is food in the market. Availability is not the problem, it's affordability. People cannot afford. When this government came, when this party came in 2015, the bag of rice, 50 kilos of rice, was 7,500. Yesterday was 70,000. 70,000. How much does a worker, what is the minimum wage? Is 30,000. How much does a soldier, the war front, earn? 50,000. The constable, the roadblock, 50,000. They cannot even buy rice, and they have guns. They have guns. You have a security man with guns. You are not feeding him. You are in there inside your house. You and your family eating chicken. You think you'll be safe? There is hunger in the land, and the government, federal and state, must provide food immediately. All this talk they are doing in Abuja will get us nowhere but trouble.
There is a nexus between food security and real security. And you look at it, since this government got into office, there is a graph that shows a northern trend. There is some kind of lull in the activities and criminal activities in some part of the country, especially in some part of the north. But we've seen pockets of violence here and there. If there's something that you need to say to those who are gallantly working to secure this country, what they need to do more to erase this criminality, this northwestern banditry concourse that we've seen, and this kind of situation we've seen in the northeastern region of the country, what would you be advising that should be done now?
Right. I mean, the rest of the world, the Western world, there was an article in The Economist. We're all getting it wrong. Instead of fighting hunger and poverty, we are buying guns and Tucano jets. No society, none. With this much inequity and hunger, never have peace. 20 million out of school. 133 million. That is 65% of Nigerians during the time of Buhari a year ago are in multi-dimensional poverty. There's drugs, guns coming from across the border. You're buying more guns instead of feeding people, instead of educating your children. They're getting it wrong.
The guns won't do it.
What?
The guns won't do the job.
Guns have never done it and will not do it. There is no military, no matter how powerful, that can bomb hunger, anger, or grievances of the people. None. We should know that. Social problems are the drivers of insecurity. You go to school, you're not hungry, why do you need to pick up guns? So, government have gotten it wrong, the military knows that. The military know that all this they are doing all across the country is essentially internal policing. We're fighting our own people. You cannot fight hunger with a gun. You cannot fight grievances with a gun or a bomb. The federal government must do the right thing, cut the cost of governance, and improve social investment in our people.
They said the Orasa report is...
Orasa report, when the president is spending 7 billion on his vehicle, 1.5 billion on his wives, 5 billion on a yacht, 197 billion for National Assembly, where he is just fiddling on the edges. No.
If there is need to be a drastic decision in that direction, where would you be?
Drastic. Cut the cost of governance from the presidency to the National Assembly to the governors to the MDAs. I was a chief executive. I know how many Land Cruisers were there. You believe that? But that's minuscule to what is happening. But this president is truly not interested in cutting costs. He's only interested in making the governors happy. He's interested in making the members of the National Assembly happy. He's interested in making the military happy at the expense of our people. I do not see any of his policies that are people friendly. People are hungry. People are stopping taking their medications in the hospital. People are dying. We're here talking about Orasa report. For goodness sake, Mr. President, don't listen to whatever those your advisors that know nothing about our people. There's hunger in the land. Our people are hungry.
Prof, in just about 30 seconds, if you might give us your final word tonight. We are in a place where we cannot look like we are lost. because you need a lot of courage, and the economy is so sensitive that you touch it, it behaves like a yo-yo, and you need to be careful to be able to arrest what has become a ticking time bomb. In 30 seconds, what do you think must be done now? There's an urgency of the time.
No, they must, first of all, everything must stop. Feed the people. Number one. You cannot do anything with hungry people. Feed people and revise your economic policy. It's not working. The dollar is, the naira will go.
Really, they are the right policies?
No, they are right policies, but how you manage them. I'm a doctor. I give the right prescription to a patient. If he's having side effects, I have to change that. I have to reduce the dose or change it to something else. So the policy is not working. You have to tweak it. But first of all, feed the people to avert an uprising and anarchy. I'm worried. And if anybody in this government is not worried, then that person does not deserve to be in this government. Finally, please humor me. Allow me to speak on behalf of the families of 50 girls that were abducted on the 21st of September 2023. Today, as we speak, they are spending their 6th month in captivity. There's 50 university students, federal university. Neither the state government, nor the federal minister of education, nor any of the federal security agencies are talking to the families. They are 6 months in captivity in the forest. The rain has come and gone. Harmattan has come and gone. Heating season has come and gone. Next is rain again. Because all of these children, they're all the children of the poor. Leaders must govern with the milk of human kindness. Nobody is talking about these children. They are girls, our children, 50 in the forest. Government must do whatever is possible to get our girls out to their parents to spend Ramadan at home. This is my plea to the government, and this is my plea to everybody in this country who can put pressure on this government. Thank you.
Deep, like Africa, thousands of Africans have lost abroad. I could tell you now for free, say 99.9% of people where they Africa and African people where they abroad live in depression. We could not forget say that person a doctor be abroad. Forget say that person a nurse be. Forget about say that person an engineer. All of us live with depression. I swear to God, as they wake up every day, say that they go work, not depression. Not be only depression, say number one, that country is not your country of birth. Your concern is not be say you know the seafood chopper. As a human being, you're thinking about home. You go reach certain age, you want to go back to Africa. You want to go back to home for adventure. A lot of African people cannot even go back home for adventure. Those who get paper safe, they also live in depression. I never even talk about those who no get paper. I never talk about when no get paper. As I talk to you, there are thousands of people, Africans, where they for London. They don't get documents. They live in depression day in, day out. I never talk of those where this thing, because you get rich where person go rich. You want to go back home. You want to enjoy that money where you work for abroad. Like, this is my mansion. I want to live in this mansion. I want to go there. I want to go here. But all those things no day again. If you go back home, problem. If you no carry juju by you, armed robber go come. Bad road, malaria, typhoid. This is all where we get it wrong. Bucket off. I swear to God, you will never travel. I tell you, you no go understand. One day you go remember, say, this brother talk that guy waiting for social media talk and say, people, yes, now make you they see everybody say, they easy for America. Yes, they are making it. They are eating. They are paying their rent. Many of them, they no get cash for hands. As long as you're working and they are paying you, money no day. Those where they make and are those where establish their own business. Even in Africa, you can never work for somebody and become a millionaire. You never work for anybody and become a millionaire. Never will you work for anybody and become a millionaire. Show me somebody that is you. That is exactly what is killing Africa. When the colonial master came and stop you from farming and say, hey, okay, let me tell you the system where Oyibo take come. Oyibo came with their own system to Africa. Our fathers, they used to be farmers, right? They have their own way of operation. They have their own system of democratic. They have their own democratic system. But when those Oyibo people came that time, they tell you, they make you think that you're fake, your system, everything you have is fake. They want to teach you their language. They want to stop you from farming and become their secretary. I beg, make you not understand. I don't know how to put this word. You know, if you understand them well. When Oyibo people come, tell our father, say, don't go to farm anymore. Come to cook for me. I'll go to give you money every month. You know, I don't say na conquer be that. Na conquer now. How will you be rich when you are working for somebody? Even if you are working as a chef. You remember all those colonial masters. Person will be saying a carpenter be. Now person will be saying an entrepreneur in be. You come there, now then the guy you now know they see all those old videos. You go see them stand like this. They pay them salary every month. They will never be rich. That system where the person they work for another person that they give her money, we no get them for our, they our system before. You don't sell food to anybody. You don't sell food to anybody. You give somebody food for free. Now all these things now they can't conquer us in Africa. Why the title of this video is Copy and Paste Democracy? I think Africa should focus on how to mix the system so that it will work for us. You can shout all day, I can shout all day. Buhari is not the problem. Tinubu is not the problem. I swear to God, make una just breathe in, breathe out. Think about it. You where they watch me, you are a problem. I am the problem of Nigeria. I am the problem of Nigeria. You are the problem. Tinubu is the problem. People in power are the problem. Do you respect the law? You don't respect the law. If I don't respect the law will not work. None of us they respect the law. It's not gonna work. So our system don't spoil from top to bottom. If Africa as a whole, I'm not talking about Nigeria only, the whole of Africa, if we can change that system where Oyibo people they use, it don't work for us because you don't go fit work. Show me any country where that democratic system they work. Now corruption now with the corrupt, everybody's me. But if we fit try, make the hand where the government will take hold us, go down like this. I'm just thinking we should change the system somehow where we say it will be like dictatorship kind of government. Dictatorship kind of government, no matter who you are. The system, the constitution go there strong. Forget about the make we not use Oyibo own. Not be say we not go use because even the Oyibo people they copy from Africa. When they come to Africa, we have kings and queens. We have our own system. They copy from us, join with their own when they came. But they told you that no, you have to practice our own way. I'm going to teach you our language, your language. This is another thing that they use in conquering Africa. The language. They tell you your language is not good. No, your language is not good. No, we have to teach you. Probably many of you right now, when your children are speaking English, you actually love it. As I do now, I don't feel speak Igbo like Igbo man. Many of you now, our children don't feel speak Yoruba. They don't feel speak Igbo. They don't speak your indigenous language. And you are happy. Oh, my children are very intelligent. They are educated. Slave. We will never move forward. Never. Because right from onset, we have been brainwashed. That inferiority complex that your language can never be, you can't make it with your language. That's where we are. I think Africa is not thinking deep. We are not thinking deep enough. We sit down and change things. We need iron hands. Our system needs iron hands, like a kind of like dictatorship. Not really dictatorship, but a kind of dictatorship where everything will work from top to bottom, or from bottom to top. Corruption is not only in Aso Rock. Corruption is in your house. You where they watch me now. Corruption is everywhere. In your school, in your workplace, everywhere. Everybody is just corrupted. I just want to be rich. Because sitting last night, I can't think and say, even if they want it to work, it's not going to work. The system is not going to work without collective effort. The system is not going to work without collective effort. It's not going to work. Can you imagine? Since 19, we don't get better roads, no better hospital. No, it's not as if it's a rocket science. Now something where we say within 6 months. I said if Nigeria want to be great within 6 months, but the corruption don't chop deep into us. I don't know. Sometimes I dey sit down, I dey cry. You, I no go lie you now. Forget about your brother where they abroad. Everybody they think die. The place where you feel raise pikin where they expensive now abroad though. Children they abroad to raise children abroad. You see, now nation of teach many of us day. Your children, your wife they abroad. They not enjoy you. Those where they here, where get wife and children here. Now we say did they work hard? Did they get the money? I want you to understand they are working hard, but your husband go work, you go work, your children must pay school fees, you must do this. Now the Kukuma no say children here they know they manage you. If you don't give them waiting they want, they report you for school, no problem. You must take care of them, or they can't collect the picking from your hand. You and your children no go live for face me, I face you for abroad though. You must give them rooms. If you don't get like 3 children, especially if woman there among them, my brother, you're getting 3 rooms. That 3 rooms is about $1,500 every month, depending on where you will get. That girl will be woman go get room with own room. You and your wife go get 1 room. Those boys go get room. We never talk about school fees. You go come to think about the people where they home, where they give you problems. Say, brother, I never pay school fees, so I want to buy book, I want to buy medicine. Grandma no well, grandpa no well, my roof, rain don't come out my roof. Oh. If you don't give them a problem, but they don't go understand what thing they happen. I no go lie now. Yes, abroad they good. Me, I know they among those who go tell you say don't go abroad though. Abroad they good. Find your way in there, but no kill yourself. Many don't go, they no come back. Yes, thousands. They don't bury them because that money, as they find the money, some people say no even get too much problem. Yeah, if you never get picking, you don't get too much problem. But in fact, nobody will no get problem. I beg, unless you know once you no get family, because even your family go put pressure. Some people don't stay abroad for 20 years. They no get house because of family problem. Some people don't build, they collect them from their hand. The person where they give money, they take the building own. When he come back home, no house. All because say paper no deal. They talk another thing, say winter fresh for my body. I dey chop balanced diet, you say na winter. Now you sabi. You're gonna leave me a beg. You say I'm fresh. Thank you. I appreciate. If you dey chop balanced diet, you go fresh. If you know they think too much, you go fresh. If you know they walk too much, you go fresh. Here we know the fresh. Oh, we know the too fresh. I swear we know the fresh here because now walk. Now walk. We know the fresh here. You cannot compare person where they here with somebody where they America. American people, no, not be everybody for America. Oh. Person where they overwork for America. People where they fresh now, people where they work 8 hours. If you work your 8 hours, you go there fresh. If they work 15, 16 hours, there's no space for that food to work. Exactly. For here, you go hard before you see person way fresh here. They talk up. Them they watch me now. Yes, they watch me now. You go see, the person is not, it's not fresh. If you want to go home, you go first stay for Lagos. If you reach Nigeria, you go first stay for Lagos 1 week. Make it freshen, make it chop, make the thing show for body. I'm not lying. Not beside they mock everybody. Now As I did so now, if I stop work for 1 month, you go see I go fresh. Where? It's not easy working, no rest. For how many years? Some people don't do for abroad 15, 30 years. If you tell you say you never rest for 6, like make it just take like 2 months, make it rest, it never happen. Even if you are going on vacation. Now at least 1 month. You know? Work it off. So the bottom line be say, I think Africa should think deeper than what is good, because I never see any African country where they work, except this country, Rwanda. They work. Which country again they work? I think it's only Rwanda where we say they are practicing democracy, but as it is so for Rwanda now, they don't turn things around for Rwanda. If you leave bag for street in Rwanda, nobody go thief am. Are you getting me? I don't talk say thief no day, but I say for Rwanda, if you drop your bag for street in Rwanda, nobody go thief am. Somebody go, I mean, yeah. Their system, iron hand. Rwanda, they use that iron hand. You see, make we use iron hand, make we know adopt. To me, that's my own thinking. Like, we should not use all those Soyibo style. But all na less stress. Where the Senegal here, indoor no fresh reach you. The thing where they be say, if you know they get money, it's a problem. Do you understand me? Somebody feed their house where no go fresh. If you know they eat balanced diet, if you the depression, thinking. A lot of people here not they work well, but it gets one thing where we say they always disturb everybody. Nobody will know they think. If you know they think, say you don't get paper. You got to think, say, hey, fear of the unknown. That fear of the unknown. One, over stress. That stress there among work. The work where you they go every day, 16 hours, 14 hours. Which time the food where you talk, you know go work. So you talk about Senegal now, yeah. If money not there, you got to think. You feed there for house, die self. You go there for house.
My wonderful people, as we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion.
This is Money on the beat.
Like I said earlier, let us
You're welcome to Linda's TV show.
Tell me what you
The
think
home of
about
news and
this
analysis,
video that you have just
where you get your
watched,
information
and also
about the happenings in the
about
globe,
platform.
especially in
If you
Nigeria.
haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe,
Listen to
put on
the
your
sound.
notification bell,